everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing wonderful. Yeah, before we jump into it, I just wanted to ask you guys a question. What do you guys like to see in Paint With Me's? Do you like the sketching process? Do you like the line art? Do you like the color picking, the rendering? Yeah, just let me know. I would love to know what you guys prefer. Then I can focus more on what you guys want versus me just guessing what would be most interesting, because I feel like a lot of what I do is uninteresting. All right, let's get into the video. So when I first started this art piece, I haven't drawn in like a week and I was very rusty. I didn't practice or do any warm-ups before this drawing, and I don't know why that was a good idea, because I chose one of the most dynamic drawings that I've done in a while, and I just felt like this was not the thing to start with. I should have done a warm-up. You could tell there is large jumps in the footage of my drawing improving, and that's because I was getting so frustrated that I turned off the camera and did some warm-ups and then came back to the drawing and fixed it. Also, by the way, I am using my own art as reference in this clip. After a while, if I take like an art break, sometimes I forget how my art style is supposed to look like, so I use my own art as reference. I find that a lot of artists actually do this, and it's probably more common with like beginner to intermediate artists. I'm not sure. I would love to know if like advanced artists do this, but I have to think they don't. I am on like a journey of finding what exactly works for me when it comes to line art. I think I still have a lot of improvement to do, but things that I'm recently enjoying is a more sketchy feel to the specific brush. So like I kind of gravitate toward pencil brushes, which isn't like people's favorites, but I am on the lookout for like the best pencil brush. I did the color picking for the art piece off camera. The color picking literally takes so long for me just because I'm kind of learning color theories. I'm not kind of learning, I'm actually learning color theory, and it takes me a while to find like a color, not a color palette that I like, but like colors that work together and give off the vibe I'm looking for. For this specific art piece, I was definitely leaning for more of like a playful vibe, very kidcore, so I used primary colors as the color scheme, and on top of that, I just feel like the style and the way that she's looking is very playful. I don't know, I like added little bows and there's cats and stuff. I just love her so much. I just want to be this girl. She's so cute. The way that I color pick my shadows is actually a lot easier than the original color palette. So what I do is I just take the original color, like if I'm shading the skin, I will just color pick the skin shade, and I just move it a little bit. Like the skin right now is like a light orangish red, so I go a little bit to the red or a little bit to the orange and just make it a darker shade and just see if I like it. And that's pretty much how I pick my shading colors. I definitely prefer my shading colors to have a warm tone to it. It's just something I gravitate towards. And then same with the highlights. All the shading, I just kind of color pick and just move it slightly one direction. In this art piece, I decided that I wanted her shirt to be gingham, and yes, I did fill them in individually, and I am realizing now that I edited the video that I could have just used the fill option, and yes, I did mess up and I had to redo like half of it, but I'm excusing myself for this because my fill tool like never works on Procreate. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but it doesn't, and I also kind of like how not perfect it looks if you zoom up. Like it just looks messy, and I love it. But honestly, I'm probably just making excuses to make myself feel better that I spent so much time making a gingham shirt when I could have just filled it. And also, if you could see where I color picked the shadows for her jumper, that's exactly what I was talking about. I moved it slightly to the purplish tone and just went ham. You can see here that I did a lot of her face, especially her lips, off camera. And that's because, again, I was getting really frustrated with it. So I just stepped away for a moment and came back. Her lips literally looked like this at one point. Her lips literally looked like some girl who is using those stupid EOS chapstick things in 2015 that made everyone's lips chapped. If you don't get this reference, I feel like I just aged myself quite a bit. All right, so onto the eyes. I love the way my tinted line art makes the eyes look. Like, I feel like I don't have to add too much. Like, I used to add a lot to the eyes, but I feel like because her face is so small and also the tinted line art kind of like does the work for me. So I just did a few little touch-ups here and there, like put more dimension in her eyes. But since it's not so close up, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I didn't put a lot of footage in rendering the hair, and that is because I hate doing hair. Like, a goal of mine, an art goal of mine this year is to enjoy drawing hair. If that can happen this year, that would be great. So I redid her shoes, and you won't see the footage of me doing the shoes in the first place because I'm erasing it. I feel like her shoes was like a cross between like moon shoes and like ice skates. Like, they were not the vibe that I was going for. So they needed to go. We're redoing them. I again don't have footage of me sketching out the shoes because I'm so bad at sketching shoes. And it took me like an hour just to do this like basic sketch. But I did include some of the line art. I actually ended up taking a reference picture myself of these shoes because I was struggling so hard on how they were supposed to look in a certain angle. I think I said previously that generally I need to practice at shoes. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But yeah, I took my own reference picture. I literally put on my own shoes and put my feet up in the air like the pose. And it's a really embarrassing picture that will never see the light of day, but it really helps me draw the shoes. Do you guys do that? Do you guys take reference pictures of yourself to help you draw? Because I do that quite often. The only thing I recommend is to immediately delete them, just in case like your friend goes to your phone and they're like, what the heck? Her shoes, I wanted to do like a very color block thing. I feel like the colors in the whole picture were kind of very sporadic, so I wanted something to like uniform the colors, and that's where the shoes came in. I added all of the colors in the color palette onto her shoes, and I feel like it just tied everything together. Also, I am coloring two shoes, so if you are confused by the shading changing on the shoe, it's because it's two of them. I really love these shoes, but it makes me realize that I need to do shoe studies. 100%. Shoes are so hard to draw. At the end, I gave her little star chains for her shoes. Like, look at how freaking cute this is. You are lying to me if you're telling me you don't want star chains on your shoes. So that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like or just comment your favorite part. It would help me out a lot. Hopefully next time I can include more of the drawing process and make this video like at least 20 minutes long. Like, I feel like that would be a good length. That's me rambling again. Let's just get over the rambling. If you want to catch me on anything else, I restarted my Instagram account, which is linked below. And also, I'm streaming on Twitch. Usually we just play chill games, but sometimes I do art, which is fun. I will see you guys soon and have a nice week. Bye!